This Windthrown red oak is over 4 foot across at the stump. Can we raise it back up and get it on the grapple trailer safely? Now I've looked over a decent bit of windthrown trees, but I've never noticed a root ball that had ended up back in its own hole rather than propped up on the edge. I'm not entirely sure what happened here. If I had to guess, I'd say the waterlogged soil had a lot to do with it. Or maybe it was the rebound of the canopy pushing back on the stump after it hit the ground. You all might have seen the videos of folks sawing up a windthrown tree from the top down, and eventually they release so much weight in the canopy that the weight of the root ball pulls the rest of the tree back upright. Well, I had already released the weight of the canopy in this tree and figured that with the 080, there's no reason why I couldn't get this thing to stand upright. Well, between the soil that had already fallen off the root ball back into the hole, and the fact that the root ball was pivoting within the hole and not simply dropping back in from the edge, I didn't get near as far as I would have thought. I ended up cutting the trunk loose with what progress I'd gained. Now I could have got messed up pretty bad dropping this log. Let's throw it in reverse and look it over again. I'm gonna freeze the frame here for you to see if you can spot the danger. I should have paid closer attention to my surroundings. That broken limb on the ground beside my left leg could have been a good wake-up call. Had the log fallen on it, there's a pretty good chance the other end of the limb would have been kicked up and thrown into me. Now, not moving that broken limb was the first mistake I made. Not wearing a hard hat was the second, and it could have been a fatal one had that limb been thrown into me. This all is a reminder to me, and hopefully to you, that just because there isn't anything overhead doesn't mean you shouldn't be wearing a hard hat. The flare on this log would have made for a nice cross-section table, but at that time I needed money more than I needed another project, so this log was destined for the sawmill. I trimmed the flare down and let the 080 do the rest. Next time on the Tennessee Frontier. I break traction going up a gravel driveway with nearly 8 tons of firewood logs on the trailer. Sometimes even 4-wheel drive isn't enough.